I just bought this 2011 MX-5 Miata for $3,200. I'm only 16 years old, and instead of keeping it, I'm gonna fix it and flip it. And for the next 2.5 years, I'm gonna be flipping sports cars just like this, collecting all the profits in order to buy my dream car, a C8 Corvette.
Now, how did we end up here? Well, we need to rewind the entire video. Now, we're in Boise, Idaho with my uncle because he owns and runs this used car dealership. So I'm gonna be asking him questions and trying to figure out how I can flip cars.
My name is Brad. I am Andy's uncle, and I own Good Life Motors. I would start by saying that the used car industry is one of the most risky industries that you can get in because we have these extremely complex machines that are built to carry a bunch of people, carry your family 80 miles an hour down the road, whether it's 0 degrees out, whether it's icy roads, whether it's, going up a mountain. Why do used car salespeople have as bad of a reputation as lawyers and politicians? Because when you invest thousands of dollars into an asset that is guaranteed to break, people get upset about that. So then there is a segment of the industry where people will try to hide those problems and pass them off to an unsuspecting customer, and that's why the industry has such a terrible reputation. Now, I want to start out by saying this. So I've been a car dealer for 18 years now, and when I started, I had nobody that was showing me the ropes. And so here's Andy, 16 years old.
Yep.
And he is right out of the gate, starting by looking for an expert. It's like a time machine of 10 years that you just stepped into, because you can learn so much faster when you're working with an expert than when you're just learning by bumping your head. Every turn you make a mistake.
Yeah, what's the first step that I should take?
Yeah, the first step to get started is you just have to buy a car. You just have to, be willing to take a risk and buy something. And you're just gonna learn a lot with every vehicle that you buy.
Okay.
And, I would recommend that you start with something that you have an interest in or some experience with. So, like what kind of vehicles are you interested in?
Sports cars.
Okay. So look at sports cars. Find somebody that bought that convertible, because it was, going to be so cool to have the top down.
Yeah.
Their hair's flowing in the wind, and but now they're tired of it. It's it's cold and snowy outside, so that's an opportunity. The most significant investment in marketing is to take fantastic pictures. Let's walk over to my photo booth, and I'll show you. Yeah. We just spent about $15,000, and we did this, bootlegging it. Some dealers will spend $80,000, $100,000 just building a photo booth so they have nice pictures for their website. That's how important it is, because when you have thousands of people that might come across your vehicle on Facebook Marketplace, their first impression of you, your company, all of your history is based on this one photo. Yeah. So you want this one photo to be like, wow, this is a professional place. The vehicle looks fantastic. It's probably been well taken care of. They're much more likely to want to buy that vehicle. Yeah. So you'll see that we built this round wall and this turntable, so you can see where our tires, the truck drives onto the turntable, and then we take photos at every angle as the truck spins around. Okay, so this is our detail bay. Obviously it's kind of a mess, but it's an organized mess. And we have learned about the importance of making cars look beautiful, and so we pay full-time professional detailers to spend on average about 4 hours cleaning a car. But in those 4 hours of a professional doing a detail, it's going to look better than me or you spending 10 hours cleaning a car, because they learn tips and tricks that make it super fast and super effective. The most basic detailing tools are a shop vac. You just get the highest power shop vac that you can get. A pressure washer is helpful to just make washing the outside of the car go faster. And then something that a lot of people don't think about is when you open the hood, it makes the car feel new if under the hood is all clean. Yeah. So all you do is you take some degreaser, get like a 409, you just spray it everywhere under the hood, just douse it, let it soak for like 10 minutes, then take your pressure washer, pressure wash it all off, and it's all sparkly. Get a good wheel cleaner, you know, 10 minutes, let it soak in there, and then pressure wash it off, it's sparkly.
Yeah, I noticed that. I could see the wheels, they were really clean. Okay. I don't think so.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Once me and Brad were done talking at the dealership, he took me to the local auction. We are here at the local Boise auction, and we just got this car running up, and we're gonna check inside the engine and see what's going on. All right, so tell me what you see.
Yeah, well, I see a car that came right to the auction from the repo yard, and so it hasn't been cleaned. It's got the previous owner's junk inside, but it started right up, and this motor sounds healthy.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the oil. Okay, it looks black, but there's no little shards of sparkly metal in there, so that means that the motor is not like torn apart inside.
Okay, good.
So that's good. You can hear the clicking of the injectors, and that's fine. What you don't want to hear is something that would be a more pronounced knocking, which would be like a lower sound or more noise coming out of the engine.
Okay.
I'm going to look at the oil cap, and I'm going to see if it's milky.
Mm-hmm.
That would mean that the coolant is mixing with the oil, and that's an expensive repair.
Okay.
So that looks good.
Looks good.
And then this is the engine coolant.
Okay.
And this looks nice and pink. So sometimes I pop this open, I just see how dirty it is, but this one looks good.
Okay.
I look on this side of the motor where all these belts and pulleys are, and I'm looking for major oil leaks where you're gonna see lots of moisture, and I don't see any of that. Okay, so once I rule out a bad motor and major oil leaks, then we can actually take it for a test drive.
Okay.
All right, now they give us this little test track here.
Subaru.
So that way you can try to get into all the gears and make sure the transmission is gonna work.
Okay.
But just right off the bat, this thing feels like it has the right amount of power.
Okay.
The speed limit on this test track as fast as you can possibly go.
Holy cow.
Well, I mean, they probably tell you it's like 25 miles an hour, but I mean, we're trying to get into fifth gear.
Yeah. Here we go.
There's second, there's third, there's fourth. Okay, so we got into fourth gear,
Yeah.
and everything felt great.
Okay, good.
I feel like this would be a great buy. And, you know, it's got the cosmetic issues. Obviously, the person that owned this vehicle is not very conscientious.
Yeah, they didn't take care of it.
And I'll just tell you from experience, the person who owned this had a high interest loan because they are not responsible.
Yeah.
And that's why they didn't pay their bill, and that's why it got repossessed, and that's why the bank sent it here.
There's some food in here too.
Well, that's for free.
Get
Okay,
a snack
now,
while you're driving
PT
home.
Cruiser, I hope it starts.
Okay.
Because this is going to be an example where you get to hear a bad engine.
Okay.
Okay, I feel good. I got the mileage up. This is a clean car. I think it's going to start. And I think the engine is going to knock. Oh, sounds decent.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Is it knocking? I can hear it, I think.
Yeah, it's knocking.
Okay.
Jeez, I'm so good. So you can hear the air going in. Oh, you look at. Okay, this is like Armor All.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what they sprayed in the engine bay
To make it clean?
To clean it, yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
they
because it does look
obviously-
cleaner.
They didn't wash it all out.
Yeah.
The motor doesn't sound bad. Like I would still say this is a good motor.
Okay.
Briefly, I did hear a faint knocking, and sometimes it just takes the engine some time to circulate the oil to make funny sounds go away. So
Okay.
I'm guessing that's what happened. But it actually sounds okay now. So let's give it a drive.
All right. All right, let's see how it goes.
All right, that's decent. You know,
Okay.
I definitely felt the shift. It wasn't smooth
Yeah.
as butter, but I would say that's a healthy transmission.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a car worth bidding on. Okay. Anything else in particular that is interesting to you as far as like inspecting?
I don't know, maybe we can like inspect like a sports car.
Okay.
Get something familiar. It will be familiar.
Here's one.
No key.
When it says no key, a lot of times the battery and the fob could be dead.
Uh,
And so if you take the fob and you try to hit the start button with the fob, sometimes it'll work.
Still says no key.
Still says no key. So this
So do you think that's
fob,
the fob?
the battery's probably dead.
So we can't even see if it works.
Cool. But also, when you're buying a convertible, it's super important to make sure the top works really good because they have a tendency to have problems and they're really expensive to repair. This may have already been purchased, so I don't want to drive it.
Yeah.
But in general, my impression of these cars is I don't like them. This in particular is Dodge. It's the least reliable of the American brands. And the kind of customer who's going to buy this car likely has a hard time getting financed and is young, so probably makes less money.
Probably.
More difficult to sell.
Okay. We're finally home back in Arizona where it's nice and sunny outside, perfect weather.
Okay, I have very big news. I'm on the road and I'm currently on my way to go I'm not for sure buying it yet, but I'm gonna go check out this 2011 MX-5 Miata. It has 200,000 miles, which is definitely the worst part about the car. According to the seller, there's no mechanical issues, which take that to face value. Obviously, always check that yourself. And it's in this really cool silver color, but the strategy that I'm going to try and tackle is finding sports cars that don't have any mechanical issues. I'm trying to find cars that have no mechanical issues, only cosmetic issues that I'll be able to fix because I don't know anything about mechanics. So this Miata has dents in all the fenders but one, and then scratches around the car. And then the soft top is really sun faded. Out here in Arizona, if you leave your car outside and you have a soft top, over a long time, it's gonna get faded, and if you don't wash it and don't take care of it. So I'm gonna look at it. Hopefully I don't have to replace that soft top. Hopefully just get a nice wash and do some other things to try and fix that. So we're gonna have to go see. It's listed at $3,500, so we're gonna have to negotiate a little bit in order to get a good deal. If there's no mechanical issues, then I'll get the car and I'll be able to drive it home. On the freeway going 60, went 70. Feels good, feels smooth, brakes feel okay. It's gonna take a lot of work to make it look good. Looks good.
Yeah, looks great.